Hi,
Hi, Sophie. How are you?
good. Thank you. Welcome to this interview. And this is for my project, Visualizing My Future. And I'm glad that you accept the invitation. And thank you for being here and for take the time for this interview.
Yes, I am very happy that you are here with me and that you invited me to this interview. So I'm sorry if my English is not good enough, but I will try to do my best.
Thank you. Well, my English is more or less, so we are in the same.
But you are very young, so you can learn.
Thank you. Well, let's start with the first question. That is, when did you decide you want to be a lawyer and why?
First of all, I was very bad for the numbers and mathematics and everything that has to be related with numbers. And I was very good with the classes of like literature, social studies, and things like that. And I want to become first of all a journalist. But here in Guatemala, that profession is very hard. So I decided to go for the law, and I have I think 17 years old when I decided to become a lawyer.
Okay, that is interesting.
Yes, I was very young.
As young. Well, second, what type of lawyer you are? You are notarial, penal, or what specialization?
In Guatemala, when you became a lawyer, you became a notary too. You have the both jobs in the same career. I practice as a notary and I do a lot of banking stuff and a specific contract that is called trusts. I do very since I was very young. I began to practice doing trusts, and in that practice, I met your father
Mhm.
when I was 25 years old. So that's the half of my life.
Wow, you were very young with my father. And
Yes, when I met him.
wow, I didn't know that. So, you? In what company do you work?
I work for a firm that the name is Clarity Law. Clarity
Clarity.
Law, like Claridad Legal.
Okay. Um, and how long have you practiced law, or well, just doing this in your work all the time?
I began to work with lawyers when I was 19 years old, and I have 28 years of experience, like doing this job of trusts. So I have a lot of experience in that.
Wow, well, that's a good time.
Yes, yes, I have worked a lot.
Okay. And what functions or what type of work do you think you have in your work, in your film?
I have to connect with people in this kind of contracts that is called trusts that I have told you. I have to know what the people need, and I have to write the contracts specific for their case. So knowing how to write and find the sense of what the people wants is very important, and that I I earn their confidence in me, their trust in me is very important.
Okay, it's a lot with social part.
Yes, social part and social families, and I have to try to um, find a solution for these families that wants to plan their patrimony on all the things that they have. So when they pass to the other life, when they die, this contract is a good thing for the sons and wife and everything can be in a better way.
Wow, it's like to control everything about a person or something.
Yes, when the person is alive, the person makes a structure of all the goods that this person has.
Wow. It's a big thing. Um, and can you describe your typical day at work?
I begin at 9 o'clock in the morning. I have a lot of reunions. Sometimes I have to keep some space to make my contracts, and I have to keep space too to follow another job people because we are in a team and I don't work alone. I have some people that helps me.
Wow. So are more persons there?
Yes. I have a we are about 8 lawyers in the law, and we have assistants like help us to make our job.
Wow. Are many
Yes,
people.
yes.
Well, why do what do you like the most about being a lawyer?
I think that what I like more is to design the contracts that I make and find solutions in other laws that helps me for the people can have the trust that they want. I have to be very creative, and I have to study different laws to make a contract.
To make the perfect contract to the people.
Yes, that's my goal.
Good. Then I have what was your first job as a lawyer?
I began to work with lawyers, as I told you, when I was 19 years old, but my first job as a lawyer was in Bancafe
Mm,
when I had 25 years old.
21.
Long time ago. Bancafe doesn't exist anymore, as you may know.
Mm-hmm. So, and you have a great experience there?
Yes, I worked there for 7 years, I think, and that job was beautiful. I loved very much that job.
Do you miss work there, or do you like more the work you have in the actually now?
Bancafe was my best job as a person who depends of a company. But here now in my practice, I have mm, more liberty, more freedom to organize my time. I can work in my house. So I love that part too.
Okay. So, what skills do you think are important in your job?
You have to read a lot. So you have to like to read. You
Mm-hmm.
have to be a logic person. You have to be um, curious about the new laws that are becoming law in our country every time. And you have to be honest. That's very important. You have to be honest and ethical because the people needs us and they trust us. And you have to be a loyal person, but with the law is very important.
Okay, it's important all these qualities. It's
Yes,
interesting. A lot of
yes,
parts that have the lawyers.
yes.
And well, we are near to finish, but why do you think that study law is a good option of career?
Now you ask me, you have a lot of careers now. When I was young, you don't have such a thing, and you have to be a doctor, a lawyer, or an engineer. So I think that today young people must investigate and search for another options. We are about 50,000 lawyers in Guatemala. That's a lot. That's a lot. So if you want to be a lawyer, that's perfect. That's okay. But I would say that you can look for another careers that can be interesting too.
Okay. Do you think we have like word file in Guatemala, or it's too, we have many lawyers, so I don't think in one future we can have the access to our work.
I think that we are a lot of lawyers, and there are some universities that are graduating a lot of persons without a good level. That's very, I don't know how to say it. I don't like that because they are not uh, making a good professionals. They are just earning money and give the title. So we do need lawyers, but in a good level of education. And maybe that's the most important thing. You have to select a good university that can prepare yourself.
What university do you think will be a good option?
There are 4 universities that are good options. Universidad Rafael Andívar, Universidad Francisco Marroquín, Universidad del Istmo y la Universidad de San Carlos. The last one, in the University of San Carlos, the problem is that they are always having so many troubles around. So that's a thing that I don't like. But the 3 first that I told you, I think they are good universities.
Okay, and just to finish and this, with all the skills you have and well the knowledge, what other career you will, if you have the opportunity to study now, what career would you decide to study?
I would like to study something related with journalism, and 2, something related with literature and even psychology. I like psychology.
Wow.
I think the lawyers are some of psychology type.
Okay, that is interesting. Well, we finished, and thank you for your time. Thank you for answer all the questions. And this is important because give me more clearness about what I want to study, and we're gonna show this to the class. So I think the people that are thinking to study law have a better like idea of what kind of work or studies can be a great option. So thank you for it.
I am very glad, Sophie. I love talking to you, and I send you a hug and a kiss.
Thank you. Thank you
Bye,
for
Sophie.
Carla.
Bye.
Goodbye. Have a great day.